You should be going.
All right. Well, everyone, welcome back to another session of Currents of War, Midgheim campaign set during the Fourth Goblin War using the Fabula Ultima Sims system, which, if you don't have and haven't tested out, I highly recommend. Last time, we just sort of dealt with the fallout of the big attempted invasion of Melonbury, which our heroes, successfully repelled and are now plotting different avenues in which to rally support in the Kingdom of Amaragal and hopefully the greater country of Francain itself to repel the Goblin Slayer army and stop the Fourth Goblin War in its tracks before it can claim more lives. To that end, our heroes were planning to head to Javour and then to Castle Broche to talk to the Duchess there, and then from there trying to see various goblin towns along the way and warn all the goblins about the shit coming their way. While their allies, Andromalius, Johanna Dupree, and the Detroit boys were heading to Leonis, another large city in Morrigal, where there are rumblings of pro-Goblin War sentiment that our allies have been sent to sort of check out and report back on. After making all these plans, everyone set to rest in Melonbury one last night, and it's now the morning after. Our heroes have had a nice interlude scene where they could forge and strengthen bonds, and now it's time to part and go our separate ways until we meet again, um, in this beautiful land. In the morning, you leave the Riverside Inn, and as you do, you see Andromalius, Johanna Dupree, and the two Detroit boys, all four of whom are mounted on horses with provisions, heading to Leonis. Um, they bid you farewell as they head out, and you are now free to set out yourselves on the open road. Unless you have any last business in the town, any last things you want to buy from shops.
Um, I'm good.
The rings were in the Artisans Guild, right?
Yes. I'm hearing a no, so I believe we're moving on. Could someone roll a d12 for me?
I'll do it.
I've rolled it a bunch. What's been asked?
All right, you managed to have an uneventful day's travel to the town of Javour. And as we head to Javour, I'm going to do another cutscene for you. Okay. So we are on the outskirts of the town of Javour. Here by Conliffe Farm. There is a shepherd girl, probably no more than 14 winters old, standing with a large herd of sheep. Um, Feeling kind of bored doing this job that she's done several times before, where nothing much happens, until, of course, something does. A large, dark, hairy shape emerges out of the woods and begins to panic and frighten the sheep, which run and scatter while the girl tries to shepherd them. And eventually, through the chaos, she sees that huge, hairy, dark shape bounding after one of the young lambs. And suddenly struck with this protective urge to defend her flock, the girl runs after the dark shape and begins pelting it with rocks. And as soon as one of those rocks strikes two, the hairy beast stops in its tracks, whips its head around with a oddly long neck that's very, very flexible, and looks at her with sharp, viperish eyes before spreading its lips open in a sharp, triangular toothed grin. Chase? It says. You're chasing me? The girl says nothing in response, but stands firm as their sheep begin to run behind her. The beast turns around fully to face her, and does that little butt wiggle cats do when they're getting ready to pounce. Good! You chase me, and I chase you. Which is enough to get the girl running, and thankfully her reflexes are strong, because she runs just with enough seconds to spare to get out of the creature's first lunge. She runs with her sheep, which protectively actually gather around her, to try and protect her as they would their own kind. Briefly keeping the beast from catching up to the girl completely, but eventually out of frustration, it jumps onto the moving flock, knocking sheep aside and even tossing a few into the air as it forces its way through the crowd towards her. The girl runs as fast as she can for her dear life, her lungs burning, her mouth constantly gaping as she struggles to get in breath. But she runs and runs, all as she can hear these huge paws pounding the ground, claws scraping into the dirt as the creature gets closer and closer behind her. Finally, she feels the sound of cobblestones as her feet clack against the pavement of the town. And as she runs into town, she hears the footprints behind her stop. And when she turns around, she sees the beast waiting just outside the road, looking at the cobblestones with suspicion, before it looks to her and says, "You win this one," and goes off into the woods.
Okay.
Several days later, you all arrive in the town of Jivawa.
Any particular place we're coming from?
So you would likely be coming from the south, unless you took some really weird way here. So you'd be entering, right at the Temple of Mani. There is,
Our carriage.
of course, yeah, with your carriage. I'll draw it eventually. There is a road to Castle Broche. There are some docks. There is a lumber mill, the Silver Sharp Inn for when you want to stay, and two prominent farms, the Kessler Farm and the Conliffe Farm, as well as what are technically part of the Belle Dormant Woods, not too far from the farms themselves. Jivaur is a small town. It's not even a trading post. It's really just sort of a stop along the road between bigger and better places. But it does have some things of note. It is connected to the big lake in Amorigal. And there are lots of docks to go across the lake. Although people generally prefer to go to some of the larger towns around the lake than Jivaur. And if you're going to Jivaur, you're probably not going to actually stay there to trade. You're going to take your stuff through it down to Melonbury, or even better, Lutetia. But it does well for itself. It gets by, and it's not completely undefended. It's got some guard towers, which some of the citizens routinely volunteer to man, although generally not all of them are manned at the same time, unless it's a bad situation. And you have this town to explore. You do know that there is at least one character you've met before in this town. Philippe has almost certainly gotten here before you. Philippe Talbot, the Beast Hunter.
Hmm.
Where
Guess
do
we
you
try to
think
find
we should
him.
go?
The inn's probably the best place in a small town like this for getting info.
And it is.
Inn or tavern, usually.
Hey, look at that! This place has a temple of money!
I'll let any of you do an insight check, a double insight check, to know who Mani is. if you, let's see, Arthur and, not Flavian, given he called it a Temple of Money. Arthur and Moncher, I will allow you to have +2 to this because you are both at least at one point human.
I feel like I should just invoke the curse for that for such a small roll.
That is really.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
And we're
Gender
doing
neutral.
Well, the thing is, how would the curse manifest for this?
You said a 2?
2 insight.
That is a good question. How would the curse manifest for this?
I don't think it can.
It might have to be a more useful check.
Just was-
Moncher, you have no fucking idea.
Double 8! Woo!
Art, Grugan, and Duck. You all know that Mani is a Germanorian goddess of the moon. And then Art, for that really, really good roll, actually, and Duck too, because you both got well above the thing. You would know that Mani, in addition to being the goddess of the moon, is the goddess of large bodies of fresh water, like lakes, rivers, and streams. Because in the Germanorian view, the moon is reflected in lakes and rivers and streams, and so they are part of the moon.
Kind of makes sense then. Duck might know about it being semi-aquatic.
Mm-hmm. Which, if you think about it, this is a town right by a huge fucking lake, so it does make sense that a Temple of Mani would be here.
Yeah. No, Art's just like, it makes sense. Moon in the lake. Big old lake. Hey, Grugan, I'm about to do something that probably isn't stupid, but might be stupid, and I need you to stand by the door for a second.
Okay.
Art
Are we
is going
tasting
to...
the joint?
No, I'm trying something. I have a thought. Also, we don't rob temples. That's the one place you really don't want to... Like, we gotta go
No,
on the lake later.
No, I know. It was a joke.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Little self-focused. Art is going to, go up to the threshold of the Temple of Mani, take a deep breath, and step into the temple, assuming nothing occurs. He's just like, huh. Well, that's good to know.
You're fine.
I'm not on fire. You're good, Grugan.
You know, but it's a goddess of lakes and water. Why would she set you on fire?
Oh, I can't really drown, can I? Can I?
Can you swim? You've never tested your buoyancy.
Oh, I'd probably sink like a rock with the armor. That's not the part. But I don't have to breathe.
Let's not test how a goddess can kill you.
No, this is more just questions about water in general. We'll find that out later. Yeah, if you want to, we can go check out the temple. I just wanted to see if I could enter it. Was a bit scared about the last one.
Inside, because you're stepping just inside the doorway and just sort of hanging out there talking to everybody, there's a couple of priests and priestesses who look at you like, the fuck's this guy? What's this guy just doing in the doorway?
Oh, sorry, travelers. Checking out the temple for the first time.
Do you want in?
Sure. Let me check real quick. Hey guys, you want to check this out real quick, or do you want me to catch up with you?
Well, we are right here. It's never a bad idea to at least say hello to the local goddess, I guess.
When you go in, a priestess approaches you all, and with some what is essentially just holy water, blessed water, or rather, above your foreheads, and then says a small prayer to Mani that should you travel along the lake, it will not destroy your boat. Very popular prayer these days.
Is there something going on in the waters lately?
What? There have been more shipwrecks than usual around Colette Flock?
Just in general, or certain sorts of sailors?
In general, I mean, we normally only have fishermen and merchants, traveling through here with goods. There doesn't seem to be any pattern as far as I'm aware. But, the shipwrecks have happened in the past. There's just been a few more than is normal lately, and it's got some people on edge. There might have been some tall tales of a creature in the lake by a few of the survivors.
Is that so, TT?
Yeah, that's so.
Is that so?
Yeah, that's so. Is that so? Perhaps.
Oh. Well, that's good to know. Thank you very much. I do have a question for you. We met a lovely chap in a town on the way here. He said he was heading this way. Oh, fuck, I just blanked on his name. Fuck.
Talbot.
Monsieur Tablet? Talbot?
Oh, the Beast Hunter! Yes, he's at the Silver Sharp Inn.
Oh, fantastic. I was hoping to run into him and say hello. Hope he's doing well.
Talbot.
Talbot.
No, I said called it.
Oh, called it. I thought you said Talbot. It's just like, oh, right, sorry. British. Talbot.
No, it's
To be fair, Gray did call him Tablet.
Tablet, yeah.
Hey, Philip Tablet, how you doing?
Philip Tablet. Hi, my name's Crambo. Pleasure to meet you.
That's in
My-
several
my name
generations
is
after his
Philippe
family
Talbot.
immigrated to the New World.
My name is Philippe Talbot. That's what I said, Phil Tablet.
Phil Tablet. How you do? Name's Crambo, and I'm real lost.
Thank
God
God I
damn
live in
it,
a world without
Grambo.
Americans.
Look. It's Midwest. I can pull off any accent with just enough believability to make you physically hurt.
Meh. Thank you for your blessings and for the information. And Grugan's
No problem.
gonna turn around. He's gonna see if there's a donation box, and he's gonna put 50,
Yeah, there's one.
He's gonna put 50 in it because he knows it's gonna irritate the shit out of Flavian.
You know what? Art will do the same.
The fools. The fools. Flavian whispers to Duck.
Duck was reaching into her own patch of money because she also donated at the last temple.
It's just a surefire way to tease you.
Oh no, we're charities and help do the right thing.
Well, the previous time it was because it was the church taking care of the kid, but now she's doing it for the bit.
Yes. And there was that one fellow who wanted us to document our travels, so it was... which was just fucking funny. But anywho, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
No problem.
And Art leaves.
At least you have a good head on your shoulders, mon cher. At least you know how to use your money.
I honestly don't know how much money I have, so I would have donated it if I knew.
It's like, yes, Flavian, tell the dragon he's good for saving his money.
Oh my god. I love that, Monsieur.
That was pretty good, Monchair. Like, okay.
Eat.
you arrive at the Silver Sharp Inn, and sure enough, as soon as you arrive, you do see Philippe Talbot finishing up putting on his Beast Hunter uniform. Just the minor things, checking the buttons, making sure all the straps are tight, getting the gloves on just so. In the lobby, and as you open the door, he looks at you and says, "Ah, my old friends! I must say, you are right on my tail. I arrived just last night.
That's good.
Quite a roadblock in Champagne, eh?
Yeah, that was something.
Sorry about that.
What can we do? These are the times that we live in. Have you discussed things with the people in Melumbri?
Yeah, we did, right?
Yeah. I mean, just the last
Definitely
couple of
did.
sessions.
Yeah, we surely did. Got things squared away for sure.
Quite good. Since we are running into each other in this most auspicious time, and know that you are good at the hunting game, even if you are not the professionals as I am, would you mind consulting with me on a case?
I don't mind.
Sure. Be happy to help.
Excellent. Sir, is it all right if we use this table to discuss? Yes, good. Come, sit. And as you presumably sit down, he lays out a few pieces of parchment. These are the notes I have taken from the people at the inn I have conversed with about the Beast Devourer, as they are calling it. It is a difficult case. It seems to be within my purview. It is a creature on 4 legs, on land, with fur. That is my prey of choice as a beast hunter. But there are some things that give me pause. It is described as having slit pupils. Now, that could be a cat, but it could also be a viper or some other sort of serpent. The teeth of the creature are described as being perfectly triangular, like those of a shark, the great hunting fish of the sea. It has a tail that is thick at the base and tapers to a point, which is very unusual for a mammalian creature. It seems more of a serpent thing. And this makes me fear the creature we are hunting may well be a chimera. And that is a tricky thing for any hunter. For when you are a beast hunter, you are good at beasts. When you are a bird hunter, you are good at birds. When you are a serpent hunter, or even better, a dragon slayer, you are good with serpents. And so on and so forth. You specialize. But a chimera can throw tricks from other clades at you, which you are not prepared for if you are specialized in one particular area. And this makes me nervous.
Has anyone said if it spoke?
I have heard that the creature can talk. I have also heard some things that conflict. This morning I was going to go to Conley Farm. It seems the girl there, the shepherdess, she has encountered the beast several times. Somewhat stalked by the creature for some reason or another. I figured if I could get her tale, and her being an eyewitness rather than hearing rumors around the old gossip mill, it might give us a better idea of what we are dealing with. Since you all seem to be quite good with children from my experience, perhaps you could come help me placate the child and get the truth?
I'm willing to go.
Yeah.
Excellent, and we shall go! Wait, have you eaten? Do you need refreshments?
What's the pay looking like for this job,
The local Temple of Mani has offered the entirety of its collections since the day of the first attack until the day the beast is dealt with for good, however that may be done.
Flavian has the widest grin as he looks back at Grugan and Art. Well, that sounds like a great deal.
Yeah, it's almost like it wouldn't be a reward if people were charitable.
Yeah, sounds about right.
We did just get into town, so are any of you hungry?
I'm fine either way.
The skeleton doesn't need to eat?
Yeah,
Let's
Duck
hear it.
is really refraining from making a joke too.
Give us a sample platter of those baked cheeses that you served last night. We shall eat them on the way. Let's never do these sorts of works on an empty stomach. It's a beginning mistake. And once the plate of fancy cheeses has arrived, Philippe Talbot, there we go. Leads you all to Conliff Farm. Okay. He knocks on the door, introduces himself and all of you to the mother and father, and they eventually take you to where the girl sleeps. She has a room on the first floor of the house by a window, and when you enter the room, you notice immediately that the window has been blocked by a large bookcase. I don't think that's a sound in case of a fire.
That is a bit concerning.
Who are all of you? Mademoiselle, I am Philippe Talbot. I am a beast hunter who has been summoned to your beautiful town to deal with the creature that is menacing your populace. And these are my good associates. Introduce yourselves, please.
My name is Groot.
I'm Duck.
Name's Art. Pleasure to meet you.
On chair.
My name's Flavian Pascal.
These five, they have taken down a very ferocious lion that was menacing the town of Alsace. So, you are in very good hands. Please, I have heard that you have had a personal encounter with the beast. What? You have seen the creature. Yeah, the first time I saw it, I was watching the sheep, and it was going to eat a lamb, and so I tried to chase it off with throwing rocks at it, and it. She blanches as the memory of the creature becomes very vivid in her mind. She says, It said it was going to chase me because I was chasing it. So it spoke in human language. I know that sounds crazy. No, dear. The number of talking animals in the history of this world is far greater than you imagine. It's a novelty, but it's not a new novelty, if you catch my drift. Okay. I got back to the city, and it stopped chasing me, so I thought I was safe, but the next day when I went to take the sheep out, it came out of the woods the minute I was out of town. I see. And the next day, same thing. And, eventually my parents stopped sending me out. They got someone else to go with the sheep, but then I heard the noises outside at night. It was very strange. Almost like laughter.
Jeez.
And then one night, I heard scratching at my window. And when I woke up and I looked out the window, saw its head and those eyes, those big red eyes staring at me. And it was teasing me, Mr. Talbot. It said I should come out and play. That we hadn't finished the chase. Has it come since? She nods, her eyes flickering towards the window. And that is why you have placed the bookcase. Have you left the town at all? She shakes her head. Have you ever seen the creature in the daylight? Again, she shakes her head. Let's see. Can you describe the appearance of the animal? Well, it wasn't a wolf, and it wasn't a lion. It was big, and it had a long tail, and it has red eyes. Any other details? I think it has spikes. Spikes. Yeah.
Not spots.
Maybe? It moved really fast, and the only times I've ever seen it still were at night.
Okay. I'm not sure what to ask here.
Oh, that's fine.
Um,
My brain just stopped.
no, that's fair. I think Art's going to look thoughtfully for a second, and then he's going to recall on the way to the last town we were in, we did have an encounter on the side of the road with a weird creature eating sheep that said,
Yeah.
"Oh, do you want this one?"
Yeah, I was going to actually ask DM, do you think Deck or someone in the party could try sketching out what they saw? What we saw on the road?
Absolutely. I would say that would be an insight willpower check.
Could I try that? Those are my best stats.
Absolutely,
Go
Doc.
ahead.
Absolutely, Duck.
Absolutely, Duck.
Oh, since this is already set. I mean, I have nearly 20 fabulous points. I'm going to re-roll that too.
You've seen so many fucking villains.
Did that cutscene count as a fabulous point?
I'm going to say no, surprisingly enough.
So, an 11.
11 is enough. You draw, it's not Mont Blanc tier sketch, but you draw a fairly accurate rendering of the beast that you saw. And the
so
girl's eyes go wide. She goes, "That's it. That's the thing."
the thing that's been in your window?
She nods. Philippe looks at it and shakes his head. That is a chimera, all right. We are dealing with something that's going to be very tricky. It's good that you have come along. Dear girl, I swear to you on my honor as a hunter, I will not rest until this creature is no longer a threat to you or any others of your town. Stay in, stay well, and know that your nightmare will soon be over. If any of you have words of encouragement, feel free. Otherwise, Philippe will lead you all in taking your leave of Conliff Farm.
Don't really have any words of encouragement, but Deck wants to check the space outside the window for any clues.
Yeah, sure.
And I think Art would probably have some words of encouragement, which would buy Duck the time to do that. So you can go first, Duck, and find what's outside the window.
So what should I roll for in searching around?
I'm gonna say Dex plus Insight because it does involve like looking at things from a lot of angles, and that is actually physically exhausting. Not in a might way, but in just a like I've got to bend all these different ways and all that shit. And just I want to vary up these checks a bit.
Oh,
Um,
well, using another
you
fabula point. I have a lot of these.
burn those fuckers. We're leveling up today.
I mean, I get 2 fabula points every time my curse kicks in, so why not?
Yeah. Hey, there we go. You eventually do find the footprints of this creature. They're very light. So whatever it is, despite being frequently described as large, and you yourself saw it, and it was a fairly large creature, it must be very light on its feet. The footprints are like those of a cat, but much, much larger. They're not quite the same. They're not quite, canine. They're more of the feline persuasion. Um, and occasionally there's little swishes on the ground, like the drag marks left by a lizard or a crocodilian. As if this thing's tail occasionally just droops and drags, which is not a very feline thing to do.
Yeah. Okay. So I would point that to Talbot.
This goes with my theory. The tail is like that of a lizard or some other serpent. The feet are like those of a cat. The head that you drew has ears like a wolf. The face like many things and yet not like any. We are dealing with a chimera and a particularly tricksy and smart one as well.
You're saying we can't just set up like a trap out here and just hope it walks into the pit?
Not without using her points to the building, because I assume this is outside now. Use her as bait, which I don't think we want to do that to her. She's already terrified enough.
But you do bring up a salient point. The child is clearly an attraction point to the creature. But she notes that the creature never appears at day. It is only at night.
We
Recall
saw
the
it during
story.
the day, right?
Yeah, you did.
And it
Recall
encountered
the
her at night.
child's story of her first encounter. She was outside. The creature stops as soon as she touches the road. It's afraid. You
You're not
see,
thinking it's 2 creatures.
no. Beasts are not, as people like to believe, creatures without reason. They are full of reasons. They have motivations, they have drives, they have instincts and needs that they have to fulfill, and they have minds. Cunning, clever, sharp minds with which to get what they need. This creature, it is a hunter. Humans, we are like sheep. We are strong in numbers. When we are in a herd, impenetrable. You have to get us alone for us to be vulnerable. Easy prey. The girl goes to the town. She is with her herd. The beast will not follow her into the town while the townsfolk are awake. It knows that if it tries to kill her in the town, all of the humans here could come out and end its life. But humans sleep. And if it waits till night, it can find the girl alone. This creature will only come to this town to chase its prey at night, and for whatever reason it has decided this girl is the prey it must chase. It is a very determined creature. We have it to our advantage. We know where it is going to be. Now we simply need to catch it in the act where.
If it's scared of coming into town, that must mean it's not actually that tough.
Quite possible. Especially if its preferred prey is, let's be honest, a very frail-looking shepherd girl.
And its main prey seems to be sheep. So we set up and hide and wait for the night.
A good idea. You also broached the idea of creating traps. I'd be interested to see what sort of traps you think would be possible.
I am thinking.
That is an open call to you guys, the players. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking in character and out of character. I'm just like, what the hell can we do?
Trap.
Right.
I mean, we could definitely do a tiger pit trap. Those are always usually something that you can at least set up that they'll run into if they're chasing you.
That's true. Snares are always a good trap for beast or man.
Yeah, say Philippe, what is your preferred method of dispatching these creatures?
That is the question. I have never encountered this particular creature before. For example, if we were hunting a normal cat and egg, like a lion or a tiger, etc., one could use a tiger trap. You dig a great big hole, fill it with sharp bamboo spikes, cover it in a nice layer of sticks and leaves so it looks like the underbrush. Lead the creature on a chase so that it pursues you over the hole, breaks over it, falls into the pit, and then your problem is solved. This does not work as well with wolves. They are more likely to duck and weave. And with Barghest, because they hunt in packs, you have to deal with the pack, so you might get one wolf, but not the rest. This creature, we do not know if it hunts like a cat, or a wolf, or a serpent, or a shark, or any of the pieces that are a part of it, or if it hunts like all of them in ways that make its behaviors less predictable. The other thing is, we do not know for sure that we need to kill it.
Eh?
It's intelligent. We can negotiate, maybe.
It is an uncommon thing in my trade, but for those of us who have read the full library of George Gaston's first works on hunting dragons, one must recognize that these hunters of the wild have a place, a role to play in the ecosystem. This beast is preying on humans now. That does not mean that it is a dedicated man-eater, that there's nothing we can do to help it. It's possible it could be relocated. If it's capable of speech and actually knows the words it's saying, it could well be capable of reason. We could convince it to no longer pursue humanity.
Yes, because it seems up until this shepherd, it's only gone after sheep as far as we can tell, right? It's only because she chased after to defend her flock that it decided she was worth, pursuing.
Quite correct.
So that definitely implies it has some kind of higher spitefulness, if anything.
Well, I've heard many a complaint before now of pigs and cattle and sheep going missing in this area with a purported beast. This girl's account is the first I've heard of it attacking humans. In which case, it may well be worth it to try and convince this creature, if it is intelligent enough to listen to words, to change its habits.
I want to see if she wasn't a child. And oh, sorry.
And I'm guessing the pay isn't as nice when you take this approach, is it?
Well, I'm fairly certain the town said indirectly, so long as the creature no longer attacks people, we will get the pay from the temple. I suppose the one thing we would not have is whatever money we could rake in from its pelt and parts, but I'm okay with that trade if it means the creature gets to live that otherwise would be dead.
All right, so negligible. All right. We can do it. Hearing this accent a little bit too much, and I feel like it's infecting me.
It's getting a little rat trappy, and that makes me very happy.
I suppose we should try traps that aren't outright fatal. Just will hold it enough to try to reason with it.
We can set up some snares, a few other things, some tripwires. And we will need to defend our own positions. If it is like a cat or a wolf, we will have to cover our scent. We will, of course, have to cover ourselves physically, so that we are not apparent. And if there is snake in there, we may also wish to cover our heat. Might be good to cover ourselves with mud.
DM question.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Are goblins cold-blooded?
I'm going to say no. Goblins are actually warm-blooded amphibians.
Okay.
This is a fishing town. Do you suppose we could get some nets and weight them down?
I think so.
Nasty, but you could also weave in some fishing hooks into the net so it really grips.
Wait.
It'll really piss it off, but
On the other hand, if I brewed something up that takes a bite out of it, if we try to feed it some tainted meats, perhaps I could try to. I need to double check potion making thing if like putting something to sleep is an option. I don't think it is, but I might be able to do something else.
Hey.
Yeah. What if I could slow it down some?
Is that what we quite have? Oh. Right.
Although,
So,
if the thing likes to hunt, it's gonna work to just kind of leave it food to eat.
at the very least, it is worth a shot. We are hunting in the dark, as it were. As long as we keep the girl safe tonight, I think this is a win, and if we can accomplish more, well, then it is quite a win indeed.
I'm gonna go get a couple nets and hang them, like, where I think the beast will stand to irritate at the window.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of dot him around, weighted so it would land on it after it hits a snare.
All right. That is actually a good segue. Each of you gets to set up one trap or preventative measure or way to try and ensnare or keep the beast at bay. You get to pitch what it is to me and how you want to justify doing it. And I'll even let you pitch what stats you can do so long as you can justify what stats you use to roll for this roll. And I'll tell you what the DC is, and you'll roll, and we'll see what works and what doesn't.
Okay.
we've pitched a lot of ideas out, so
Okay.
pick the
Looking
ones
at
that sound the
projects.
most fun to you.
And just a little aside, Duck wants to step aside away from Talbot because I don't know how he'd react to this, but he's going to pull out the book and kind of show it the pictures. Like, do you get any, and like kind of describe it to it? Be like, do you get any demonic vibes from this chimera? Or,
You're asking the book?
yeah, the Goetic Maleficarium, since it can talk.
No, this creature is the pitiful result of normal human witchcraft. It has not yet used the enslaved powers of the archfiends to create a true work of beauty. Also, I've been
Thank you.
sitting in this bag for several days, and quite
Yeah, sorry.
like a
Sorry, been
a-
around a lot of humans, and they get very picky when books start talking.
that's just bigoted of them. Anyways, do you have like a sausage or a just
Actually, yes,
feeling
I give it one of the Bork bites that I got for the Yales.
heavenly.
Mm.
Christ.
And Duck is just like, when it made the comment about that's just bigotry, and Duck's just like, yeah, I'm the goblin wearing a human glamour. And you're telling me, and puts the book away to enjoy the sausage.
God.
But I kind of want to try a ritual. I want to see if this might.
Fuck yeah! I got the bookmark out.
Yeah, I've been looking at it.
Oh crap.
An entropism ritual. I want to basically recreate a stronger version of the stop ability to basically lay like a magic glyph landmine. So this thing, if it approaches the window, or wherever we decide to place it, it'll get frozen. The magic will activate and might be stuck there.
Fuck yeah. That feels like a minor ritual.
I wasn't sure if it was a minor or a medium.
I would say it's a minor, and because it's a normal spell that you're casting. You're just casting it at a greater effect, and you're affecting one. I'm gonna be nice and say a human-sized creature. We'll say it's individual, so it's gonna cost 20 MP.
Okay.
So you're
Yeah, the
essentially
normal
making
one
like a
costs 10.
paralyzed glyph like in D&D.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Right by the window where the thing keeps sneaking up to.
Yeah, because I'm just trying to do an enhanced version of this, or like a.
Yep.
Which the entropism rituals say use it as insight and willpower for the magic check.
Yep. Sounds correct.
Okay, just adding it.
Also, while the rest of you are figuring out the traps you'd like to play, I just want to share. I got sent this today. It's a Wizard School Book 3's chapter illustration, and it's pretty badass.
Holy shit, yeah. God damn.
That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, holy fuck.
Oh, damn.
Hey, successful ritual.
Okay.
So you're making a paralyzed glyph?
Yeah,
Essentially.
that way it maybe hold it in place long enough so we can toss the nets and restraints on it.
Yeah, can I use might and willpower, or insight? Insight to know where to place a net dropping trap, and
Yeah, I'll let you do that, and to construct it.
yeah, and put it up in a tree.
Excellent.
So I could make sleep-inducing baits, but I think I would need Monshare and Art to help.
All right.
looking at how projects work.
I'm using a fabula point to re-roll both of those. Fuck that.
Roll 20 tonight is just like, nah. Y'all are getting all of these fabula points.
It's treating us all like Nora.
God.
God. That's better.
Roll 20 really wanted that lizard to chew off her foot.
It tried to kill her. Like, straight up.
Flavian's poisoning some meat. We got a nice net trap. We got a paralyzed glyph.
So, if Art and Monshare are willing to help out, that is. Otherwise, I don't have enough time to complete the project.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
There we go. Then we got it. We got it all together.
That cost me
Um,
400. So, sleep-inducing bait. Project complete.
I'll toss you 100.
Oh, it's all right.
I mean, I have 55,000, so.
And while you
that
guys
will
are
leave me
working
with
on your
50-50.
projects, Philippe makes you all essentially the medieval equivalent of ghillie suits, with pungent herbs and somewhat disgustingly sheep manure to hide your natural scent, as well as an interior sort of caked with wet, cold mud to disguise your heat a bit, so that this creature, by most senses that one could imagine, will not be able to find you as you are waiting by Conleth Farm at your various traps. It takes you all through the day and past a little bit past sundown to complete your machinations, and set the traps and lie in wait.
I'm going to drink a potion to get my MP back.
And eventually, something after dark, when all the lights in the neighboring houses finally go out, something creeps out of the woods. A huge creature with dark fur and sort of reddish rosettes like those of a leopard as a pattern on that fur, walks ever so softly on velvety paws, its thick tail swishing from side to side, its red-orange eyes glancing about as it occasionally shoots a sharp-toothed grin, and approaches Conleth Farm. As it nears the window of the shepherd girl, the rune goes off, the net falls, and the beast, with wide panicked eyes, finds itself trapped and slowed. Ah! What's going on? And for the moment, the beast seems captured.
Okay.
Philippe waits a few minutes just to make sure that the creature is truly caught under the net and by the rune before stripping off his ghillie suit and saying, "Hello, beast. It seems you have had the unfortunate pleasure of meeting the ingenuity of humans. I am Philippe Talbot, a hunter of beasts. Friends, you may come on out."
Take off my ghillie suit.
Ah, rats. It didn't have the snack I made for it.
It looks at you, and its eyes then go to the big chunk of meat nearby the window. Oh, that was for
It can be if you leave the girl alone.
It looks at you all. You're hunting me. You're hunting me?
I don't like how excited it sounds.
I would
Slow-
say we have hunted you. You are caught. Yes, I am.
Hmm. Since you are caught, would you mind if I asked you a question?
Not at all.
Is there a reason why you keep coming back to this young lady in this building?
Yes, she was hunting me too.
And you want her
And
to
so
continue?
we're back. Well, until one of us is caught.
And what happens
And what
then?
happened?
And the beast smiles, in an almost innocent way if its teeth weren't like just like full on fucking 1930s cartoon triangle shark teeth. I think we all know what happens when the hunter catches its prey.
Is that what you expect us to do? Now that we've caught you?
I expect you to try.
Have you heard of something that the fishermen here do? Have you heard of the term catch and release? Continues the fun indefinitely. Desperately trying to.
No, Dad didn't tell me about that.
Dad? Oh, do you mean this is just a guess? Barbarant?
The monster magician, you know him?
We've heard of him. Deck was
He's
afraid
the
of that.
bestest magician ever. So great. He said I was the first, and I'm really pleased as punch because he was really happy that I came out really well.
We were debating visiting him, right, Group?
Debating.
Probably gonna make the stop if we were in the neighborhood.
Oh, and he frowns. Well, no, that'd go over well.
Doesn't like visitors?
Doesn't like humans. He says they're mean, but he made me to make their lives better.
Just a second. Hey, Talbot, you got to be really cool about something for a second. And Deck will take off her glamour. Shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
You know, saying shouldn't be a problem for about, not liking humans. Okay.
Yeah, Talbot looks at you as the goblin and just sort of shrugs, like that's not really that surprising to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, did you think he was Jarston? God.
Oh! I've never seen something like you before. No, that's not true. They were those weird guys.
Did they have red hoods?
They did!
Oh,
They smelled bad. I left them alone.
looks to Guggen. I gotta
That's-
stop being right.
That's very smart of you. The Red Hood ones are poisonous.
So I just want to make sure. That is for me, he says while pointing towards the meat.
Yes, I made it especially for you.
Great! And then you see Quills spring forward out of his back, cutting the net.
Oh, that's what she meant by spikes.
Make a double dex check to try and stop the beast as it lunges forward for the meat.
Do we want to?
Double dicks.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, to stop it from going for the meat?
Yes.
The meat on the
As it
windowsill.
bursts free of the net and goes for the meat.
But if it eats it, it's gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, it's like
I'm not sure if I want to.
I know, that's why I do it too. It's like
If you don't want to, you don't have to. I'm just saying that's what you're allowed before it goes. If you pass, you pass. The beast lunges out. Moncher tries to stop it, but fails. It's not quick enough. As the beast lunges out, grabs the chunk of meat, turns on its heel with remarkable agility, and books it for the forest before calling out with a hunk of meat like in its jaws, "Now you gotta catch me again!" and goes into the woods.
well, it'll be easier.
Hopefully. Should put it to sleep. Although it might be a little bit bigger than I expected, so maybe it won't be a strong enough effect. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Shouldn't be too hard to follow it.
Do we want to leave somebody in case it tries to come back for the girl while we're chasing it through the woods?
Maybe send her to the Temple of Mani for the night.
I do not know if moving her between our house and the temple would be safer than just leaving her in the house.
And it's
We're
never
talking
attempted
about
to
the-
break in, so. Yeah, bringing her out into the open might be a mistake.
That's fair. Well, let's go catch him. He's got his hunk of meat. He's running off. Even if he's not going to go asleep, it's probably still going to knock him a little funky and he'll have an easier trail to follow.
Hopefully, we'll
Oh,
slow
no.
and sluggish.
Onward then, we shall catch this creature.
Put the glamour back on. Well, no, we're heading into the woods. Leave it off.
Into the woods.
Into the woods. Into the woods and out of the woods. And home before dark.
As they're going through the woods, Art's like, I'm just glad it wasn't some kind of a werewolf or a vampire or something, and it's just a weird chimera.
It sounds very young.
Oh, yeah.
You all heard him talk about how that barber ant's gonna make more, right? That's a problem, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But with our other problem, we could take two problems and make a solution, or make a problem worse.
We tell Barbarant we have a good testing theater for his monster army. It's like, hey, there's a whole army of goblin slayers.
Well,
Field test.
It also said
our
that it was made to make humans better somehow. That's a worrying statement.
it is.
You think he's gonna make human chimeras?
I think Barbarant just doesn't like humans.
Ah, it's a
Things are
human
better.
chimera. Every hunter's dream.
Wait, what did he say was every hunter's dream?
Of the human chimera.
Oh,
Art's gonna look at him for a second, pause, and go, okay, no, that's actually understandable.
like, is it a dream to become one or to hunt one?
Oh, I was talking more in sort of prospects of marriage, you know. Combine your two main pursuits.
Monsieur Tableau, I have never felt more friendly to you than I do in this moment.
It's a blow.
I will have to ruin that feeling of kindred when I remind you that my name is Tablet. Talbot. Now I've got
So
And a
it
bunch-
was Art pronounced it right. Gray can't do a fucking French accent to save his goddamn life.
called him tableau, and then I called him table.
Double.
What he said might be a tableau, so
My favorite fucking Universal Monster last name, Talbot. Goddamn.
Monsieur Talbot, I understand entirely. I was a married man once.
do we see any tracks indicating which way this went?
There are a worryingly large number of tracks from the creature, almost as if it was running in circles for a while before you got here. Not
Oh, that's
in a
fucker.
frantic way, but in a excited kitten way. Like a puppy that's glad its people have finally come home after a 20-minute trip.
Very young. Also,
You could be doing this on purpose to trip us up. Something
It's-
what I would do.
if it is young, like I suspect it is, it's going to get bigger.
It's already too big.
Hey, questions. The road forks. Which way are we going?
Well, I say we take this road to the north side of this little forest bit. Because that just seems to be reasonable. Duck, I'll appreciate you sharing space, but a little close for comfort.
Don't leave me behind.
Oh.
As you go around here on a hill above you, the beast sits perched, rear end up as it lowers on its haunches like a cat about to pounce, tail wagging furiously, and says, "Here I come!" All right.
Nice.
Roll initiative. Thank you.
Feeling spicy, are you, Art?
A critical success.
Damn thing didn't fall asleep.
Shoot.
Okay, so technically you wouldn't have won that initiative order, except that's a critical success, so you have to. Also you get to take an opportunity, Art.
Let me take a look at the opportunity list since it's been a second. Documents. Opportunities. I say for opportunities that we got, I'm going to go with advantage starting out the gate. The next check performed by you or an ally will receive a +4 bonus.
Okay, that's good. Alright. You guys get to lead us off.
Okay. Who would like to go?
Leaving on a high speed.
Not this time.
Okay.
Fabian's not trigger happy at the moment. He's more upset that the thing's not sleeping.
Yeah, does it look like he ate it?
You're not sure yet.
Just imagining the monster hunter like chunk of meat for the bait.
Just sitting around the floor.
You know what? If none of us are going to choose, I'm going to choose. So I will use charging cavalry. Grugan, make an attack
Okay.
for free.
Okay.
So you get a bonus of 3 from my skill ability, plus from the advantage is 4, so you get a plus 7.
Okay. Do you... Are you sure?
I mean, does anyone else? Sure. You want to hit him?
Okay. Is that to damage or attack?
I believe just to the straight up next skill check, so
So the attack.
I believe. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so-
good, because that's just enough to hit it.
Alright. Does it count as a beast?
It does count as a beast.
So it gets that 5 extra damage.
Nice, nice, nice.
And then because I've activated that lovely ability, my other ability, my favorite part of fucking Commander drops. Crushing Chariot, someone else can skip its first initiative and go. So that can be any of you guys.
You guys, when you want to take a crack at it?
I could try slowing it again.
That would probably help.
So. Does something happen, TT? Oh.
What?
Well, it depends.
What the fuck?
Does something happen, Duck?
Well, yeah. How would you say the curse prevents the magic from going?
I think it
As
backfires on
controls.
you.
Yeah. So that would be the opportunity that it gets against me.
Yeah, I would say that for, like, you know, your next turn is skipped, essentially.
Ow.
You stopped yourself.
Sorry, Gray.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, I've
instead
gotta
of
make-
that same like glyph appearing on her, the beast that just appears under Duck. It's like, oh shit.
The beast goes to take a turn, but then goes and covers and does that thing where you sort of cover pat your mouth while you're yawning. It's late. And that's the beast's turn.
Does it have slocking mechanics?
Someone fed it some drugged meat.
Mm-hmm.
I won't say who.
Wait, drugs? In this good Christian game?
Christ has no place
Hail
in this
Satan.
game. At least directly. So it's one of our turns, I guess.
Yeah.
Who would like to go?
Well, Duck's frozen in place, so she can't.
And I've gone, so it would be Flavian, Grugan, Moncher, or Monsieur Tableau. Tableau. Tableau.
The
I'm
blue.
going to use the. Need to remember. Action. We can just do the study. Yeah, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use, noticing that it's falling asleep, seemingly, Flavian's going to use the study action with the intent to really know its hit points.
Okay. Roll that people being footage. It looks sleepy. It looks sleepy. Speaking of, I gotta see how sleepy. Not too sleepy. It yawns again. All right. And it does a move I call the bouncy pouncy.
Oh no. Oh no.
And it does it on a Grugan, I guess, because Grugan actually hit it last time. So does 30 hit you, Grugan?
Surprisingly, yes.
All right. You take 12 physical damage. If this attack is successful, you get to use it again immediately on another target, up to and including hitting all targets without spending a turn.
Oh my god.
So it goes bouncy pouncy onto Art. Does 13 hit you, Art?
Let me check my equipment real quick, just make sure I got everything. Yep, that hits.
All right. You take 4 damage. And now it bouncy pounces onto Duck. Does 18 hit you, Duck?
It would have needed to critically fumble to not hit me.
All right, you take 7 damage. Now it bouncy pounces onto Flavian. Flavian does 21 hit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you take 9 damage. Now it bouncy pounces onto Philippe. Hits Philippe for a good chunk of damage. And then it's going to try to bouncy pouncy Moncher and miss. Because Moncher is flying.
Moncher just waves down at it.
That must be really
waves-
weird for
It
Talbot.
waves back with a smile. I'll get you next time.
We'll see about that.
Okay. Well, I didn't like that, so if nobody minds, I'm gonna take my turn.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna do something.
Oh, it rolled even to attack you, so
Oh yeah, shit, it did. So I can get a counterattack too. So I'm gonna do that first.
Mm-hmm.
That hit.
That does indeed hit.
Okay.
And when it does, the beast says, "Ooh, all right. See you next time." And by next time, I mean later tonight. I mean, follow me.
Alright. Alright.
And you go back to hunting.
Hey, that turd.
This is definitely a game
I-
fight, so.
I don't think he realizes that he's going to be hurting people.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a kid.
I think he thinks he's just playing a game. It's just unfortunately a 14-year-old wouldn't be able to survive this kind of game.
Honestly, I think a 30-year-old wouldn't be able to survive this game.
How about a 60-year-old? I survived.
48-year-old. What are we doing here?
Oh, right, you haven't seen me without the glamour on. You're fine. I've been causing existential dread as I've been traveling, but not in the way you would think.
Well, everyone needs a hobby, I suppose.
You're a real one, Talbot.
Tell you what, we survived this Talbot. Talbot, I'll show you exactly what I'll look like. Fair trade?
No, I would prefer to remain masked.
No, I'll show you what I look like. You don't have to show me yours. I'm not.
I'll
Alright.
show you mine if you
Oh
show
yeah,
me
that's
yours.
the first time I've noticed you always do have a mask on, Talbot.
It is because I am hideously disfigured.
No. Yeah, I'm not
Sorry.
sure I believe that, but whatever you want to say.
When I was a young man, I was hunting Barguess, and one got me in the face. It is not a pretty sight. Since then, I have learned to protect certain vulnerable parts, like the face, groin, throat, chest. And he says he knocks on the boiled leather armor and metal breastplate he wears over his coat.
I think it
Yeah,
adds a certain dashing quality to you, and I think the monster ladies will like it. Wink, wink.
One can dream. Which way are we going, gang?
Yeah, which way?
So I thought we were going that way because
Here?
Or down here?
I don't know. I'm kind of curious about what's up here. So tougher, lead the way.
all right. Up there he is.
You're really good at finding this thing, Flavian.
Yeah, you are! Alright, roll initiative.
Well, now it's a dead end.
That's a good choice of words!
Wow.
Hey, I got an 8 again.
You got doubles, not that it means anything.
Well, if you had certain skills, it might.
In this economy?
Oh.
I need to read this comment from Maple Samurai to you, Art.
Uh-oh.
But Art didn't survive. I get the point you're trying to make, but surviving is specifically a thing he didn't do.
Yeah.
It's funny because he was a casualty of war.
Thank you, mate.
You
You're the best.
Duck barely managed to win the initiative roll, so you guys get to go first again.
Okay, this
Only
time
because
I
I
am going
finally
to use.
added the bonus from my hat.
This time I am going to use high speed.
Okay.
You won't fall asleep. I'll put you down the old-fashioned way.
No, promises, promises.
That's 13 to hit.
I apologize, but no, it does not.
Rats.
Okay.
Did I try something
Go
for the
ahead.
first
Yeah, I
turn?
think so.
I want to steal. So just try to see if like I add anything to that. Oh yeah, skill level. What's it? 2. Can I re-roll
Okay.
that one?
Absolutely, you got a fabulous point.
I have so many fabulous points. I already got back the 2 that I spent. Let's see. Come on, another 10. Wait, what is it? An D8. Yeah, it's better. So, 15?
Do you want to spend one more fabulous point to invoke some bombs?
Oh, yes. Grugan, because I'll do Grugan because it's been inspired by how Grugan's just really laying into this thing. Because I have 2 bonds with the Grugan.
That's just enough
Okay.
to get You managed to get one of the beast's barbs. And now I'm going to make a note to develop that because I forgot to give this a custom item, and I really should have. Bad, Mr. Will. Why did I call myself Mr. Will? Jesus Christ, I'm out of work. Okay. Dark. Okay, so I will give you that cool loot next time on D&D. And by D&D, I mean Fabula Ultima.
Hope y'all don't mind me taking that.
But yes,
turn.
you did it. You did in fact get one.
Okay.
And as you do, the beast. Well, I gotta roll for it. See if it's gonna fall asleep this turn. Hey, he's awake. The beast yawns and does lick wounds. At the cost of 10 MP. It restores up to 30 HP, putting it back to full.
Does anybody mind if
So
I
who's
go?
next?
Oh no,
Go
go ahead.
I'm gonna try to use this magic that I have. My willpower isn't that great, but I'm going to see if I can do it.
Ooh.
Does that hit its magic check? Because I can re-roll that.
You're gonna have to re-roll the. You're gonna have to re-roll that 4. Well, I'm actually gonna tell you up front. Re-rolling the 4 wouldn't be enough.
Okay.
It's got pretty high magic defense. Somebody wanted to make sure this thing was resistant to magic for some reason.
That's fair.
Is this thing a mage eater?
Well, you'll find out. It looks at Moncher in specific and says, "This one's for you, buddy." And it tosses, it rears back, and barbs appear out of its tail. At which point, it flings them, and they fly at Moncher, Art, and Grugan. You all need to have. Do any of you have 15 or lower AC or defense? I mean,
No.
No,
Mine's 15.
Mine's 11.
all right.
mine's 10.
Okay, so Art got hit, and Moncher got hit by this ranged attack.
I think I get hit too, right?
Well, I can only do 3 at a time,
Oh, okay.
and it picked the heavy fighters. So you guys take 17 physical damage.
Ooh.
Oof.
Hold on, I need to do some monster math. Okay.
All right, that was the beast's turn. So it's had 2.
Because so far only Deck and Grugan have gone, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I can go and we can do some stuff if we want.
Go for
Yeah,
it.
go ahead. Also, sorry to interrupt you, Gray, But I do have a question.
Mhm.
For defensive mastery, how the heck do I apply it and whatnot?
Is that the Guardian Heroic?
Yeah, as long as you have a shield or martial armor equipped, all damage you suffer is reduced by SL, applied before damage affinities. I keep forgetting about this.
So it's whatever your skill level is in that, you reduce the damage that you're receiving at the start by that.
Okay, so I lose 4 damage. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
But,
I'm going to spend 5 points to do this little roll.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to make an opposed inspiration and willpower roll from the wonderful fella here.
Bad kitty.
We got an 8.
I am getting it ready. And I get a bonus based off the skill level, so it's plus 4.
hell yeah.
And I think I am going to give it the status condition of... I'm looking at my stats to make sure I'm looking at the right ones. I'm going to give it the one of shaking. And it loses 4 9 points.
God damn.
And he's just
What do
gonna
you
look at,
say?
like,
You have to describe your accusations.
I do. I have to describe my accusations, and Art's gonna be like, "Look, I understand you're new, you're young, you're excited, but you've been scaring the family, you're scaring the village, and you're just gonna get people hurt, including yourself, if you don't stop these shenanigans. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed."
Oh Christ.
It looks at you with big, sad, red eyes and says, "You're disappointed?"
Oh god.
God, it is a kid.
"Then I'll do better!" And it immediately bolts.
It's like,
Ah! Catch me!
Is a baby.
just very quietly from the trees. Next time when we catch up to him, I'm going to ground him.
Thing's annoying.
He's a kid.
Let's do it now. I say with love.
Yes.
It's just so funny seeing all the sprites just whip across the map.
Zoom!
It's fun.
You guys find him, and he looks at you all with his ears downturned and says, "It's a dead end. This wasn't a good place to go."
That's okay.
Yeah. Well, time to fight!
I really like this thing. I really want it to, like, be a friend.
Fucking hell, Art.
Heaven or hell, Art. Heaven or hell.
I'm not gonna re-roll it because it's like I have a -2 due to the armor I have on. It's
All right.
fine.
Do we want more
Well-
experience points? Then should I re-roll that one for myself?
Might as
Nah.
well.
Oh yeah, you have the points actually. Go ahead.
I even after spending one, I'm still at 18. This will put me at 17. So let's see. Re-roll. What is it? A D8. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be a 9. No, 11.
All right. He does the old bouncy pouncy. He's going to hit Philippe first, and that succeeds. So he does 8 damage to Philippe. Then he's going to go. He's just going to go down line. He's skipping Muncher. He's learned that lesson. Flavian does 32 hit you?
Oh yeah.
Flavian, that's 18 damage. Sorry, that's 14 damage. Jesus, that could have been way worse. Okay. Next, Arch does 22 hit you?
Yes,
That's 10 damage.
I am in crisis.
Not a d20, not a d20. Well, that's not much better, though.
No.
Duck, does 31 hit you? I'm assuming yes. So that's 13 damage.
Yeah.
And then finally, Grugan does 23 hit you?
Yes.
That's 14 damage. Wow, you rolled really well, little guy.
I'm really close to crisis.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm in crisis.
Gee, I wonder why Mr. Flying Guardian is doing okay.
Well, I could go next. People are fine with that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, I got something for this. And
I
I'm
do
going to
this
use
Charles
my
Tinkiness.
alchemy to make a potion at the superior level. So I roll 4 d20s this time.
Ooh.
Fuck
Okay.
yeah.
Damn.
Oh,
So-
shit.
Dang, I wish those lower rolls weren't in the area where they are. I'm just looking at some of the options I have with this. Okay, who has the lowest HP currently?
I
I-
have 23.
I have 30. So I'm going to say Duck.
I have 23 out of 43.
You have 30 out of 60.
I have 30 out of 63.
Really wish I had rolled in the 12 to 16 range. Okay, I'm gonna heal our tankier guy. So, Art, you gain 100 hit points and mind points.
Oh,
Holy shit.
You do that, and Art suddenly just picks up. He's like, "Oh, I don't know what the fuck that was, but shit. Okay, I haven't felt this alive since the war."
And prompt to, yeah, hope you enjoy that one.
I haven't felt this alive since I was alive.
Last
I
time
had
I was
just
this
rolled-
peppy.
If one of those 3 dice had been a 12 or 16, 12 through 16, I could have done that to the entire party.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So it was a little disappointing. I got stuck in all the 3 rolls were all in the same range in terms of what I could do.
Damn, that's a powerful ability, though.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
It's 5 IP though.
The beast sees Art feel better. It's like, oh, you can lick your wounds too.
Technically speaking, yeah.
Awesome. Then it lunges forward with its mouth full of shark teeth and bites you. Does
that just hits.
okay? The 19 hits. Good. You take 21 physical damage and are inflicted with Ragged Wound, which makes you take 5 damage per round until you're healed with a potion or healing spell.
It just gets immediately been, oh, you son of a gun.
And you don't even have blood to be bleeding out.
It's the marrow. The marrow is leaking.
How
It's the
does-
ectoplasm.
How
Yeah,
does he
this-
react to the fact that that's not normal meat in art?
Oh, he's eaten carrion before.
That's fair enough. But
You're
there's
just
also
a
the
walking
goo.
Slim Jim to him.
Oh my god. Why would you put
You're
it
a
on?
blue snake.
Alrighty, so I'm taking 5 continuous damage. I can live with that. I think I'm just gonna, like, at that, with him being in such close range, Art's just like, alright, you know what? I've been playing nice. I need to stop. So I'm going to do something that is a little risky. I haven't done it yet with Art. Because I forget I have it half the time. I'm going to use a Shadow Strike.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to roll with my might die, which is a d8. So I lose HP.
5 HP.
Which is fine. You know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to try and hit him. And that includes
You want to reroll that 8?
you know what? We're gonna re-roll that 8. I'm just gonna do a re-roll for that whole thing because it's not great on either side. And I've got some fabula points. There we go.
That hits.
Okay. It will deal an extra 6 damage
Mm-hmm.
on top of all of that. That's dark.
So that's 23 damage?
Yes.
Alright. Oh!
And all dark damage I deal ignores immunities and resistances because I am undead. I'm a revenant.
He says as he paws the part of him that you hit, and then his eyes start glowing red as his lips curl up to not just expose his teeth, but his gums. And for those of you in real life who have seen a great white shark go into a feeding frenzy,
Oh,
imagine that expression as the fur of the creature bristles and its eyes almost roll back into its head and it goes into a blood frenzy. You'll find out what that does next turn it gets.
I just realized Talbot hasn't had a chance to go because it keeps running away before it ever gets to him.
It's alright. Don't worry about it. He's here for backup.
Just, I don't want to be the one to draw its ire now.
You're not the one with the ragged wound.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's something I could do. I could toss you a potion. I have inventory points.
Okay.
So you recover 50.
Back
That's
up
good.
again.
Oh, you gave him a potion?
Yeah, I tossed it to him.
Cool. Who's in crisis? Anybody?
I don't think anybody is.
Oh.
I'm close, but not.
Yeah,
Well, we'll have to change that. Okay.
Oh, no.
Who did you toss the potion to?
To Art.
Ah.
Because he was getting the ongoing damage until he got healed.
Okay.
And it seems to be... he's getting its attention mostly. So,
Alrighty, daddy. That hits Philippe. It's a decent amount of damage. Okay. Does 24 hit you, Flavian?
Oh yeah.
All right. You take 11 damage. Does 17 hit you, Art?
Yep.
All right. You take 6 damage. Does 19 hit you, Duck?
yeah.
You take 9 damage.
Now
This
I'm
is
in
the wrong one.
crisis.
Ignore that one. All right. And finally, does 16 hit you, Grugan?
No.
All right. Well, there we
Also, he rolled 16.
be. Yes.
He gets a fucking counterattack.
Also, you said 8 damage to Duck?
Yes.
Things have been rolling evens on Grugan, and I'm really happy. I don't know if that 16 hits it though.
It does. Just enough.
Okay.
Okay. So 29 damage. Ha-cha. Okay. Well, now that someone's finally in crisis. Well,
I'm
what
in
frankly
crisis,
isn't
too.
working. Yeah.
Yep, same.
I get this, but I can't use that until my next turn. This is an additional action on my turn.
That was a counterattack.
Yeah, that was a counterattack. It wasn't my attack, so.
Okay. Yeah, so it's still one of your guys' turns.
Who hasn't gone?
I'd be
that close
Grugan.
to? Has Monchair gone?
I don't believe so.
Would you like
Not
to
yet.
go first?
I'm good.
Okay, then I will take my turn to attack. Can I spend a fabulous point for that 3?
Yep.
10.
Guys making us spend them all.
Just roll another fucking 3. Fight me.
Unfortunately, that does not hit. Unless you want to evoke some bonds.
I could invoke a bond. I could spend another point to do that. And I'm going to invoke my bond with Duck because I have 3 with you.
Aw.
And that makes it just enough to hit. So you deal 25 damage. You're getting close. The beast really did not like that and decides to fling some beautiful barbs. Once again hitting Monchair, Art, and Grugan. This should have been 2. Do 2. There you go. Okay, so that's 17 plus 5, so 22. Does 22 hit you, 3?
Yep.
Yes.
Alrighty. You all take 19 physical damage.
Damn, okay.
There's a reason that costs
Now I'm
MP.
in crisis.
Jeez.
Okay.
Sher's turn, I think.
I believe so.
Okay.
Oh. Shady.
Eh?
We saved the Crimson Gloves if Monchair wanted to get them.
Hell yeah. I'll put them on after this battle.
Want to reroll that 3?
Yes, give me one moment. Let me make sure I spend that fabula point. Eh. So a D10. Okay, eh. Does a 15 hit?
No, it's so close, but no, it does not. You want to evoke a bond?
Sure. Gonna invoke the bond of admiration for art to get back at this child for biting him in the body.
All right, that hits. So, all right, looking very raggedy. The beast ignites a blood frenzy again. Gets all great white shark on her ass, and you'll find out what that means next turn it gets. But for now, Philippe gets to go. He lunges in with his silver gilded rapier. Does a very nice hit. Slashing the beast around the chest and actually cutting its throat slightly. At which point he gets the beast into crisis.
It's only now in crisis.
And feeling blood trickling from its throat, the beast shudders, falls to the ground, looks up at you all, closes its eyes, heaves a heavy sigh, and then rolls over on its belly and lays its neck out.
Oh, the player is tempted to do something very stupid.
Okay.
What's it doing?
I know when I'm beaten. There's nowhere to run to. Just make it quick. Make what quick exactly? No. You gotta bite out my throat. Philippe looks at the rest of you as this creature lies on the ground, exposing its throat to you.
I think Art's going to actually walk next to where its head is and sit down next to him. And he's going to look at him. He's like, buddy, my teeth aren't going to get through that.
Oh. Even the silver ones? That you have in your hands?
Doesn't know the difference between
Oh, he
teeth
doesn't
and
know the
weapons.
difference between teeth and weapons. Okay.
Duck says bleeding heavily.
Yes. Okay.
He was smashed into the ground very heavily.
Duck is... Yeah, that's fair. I'll get you a potion here in a bit, bud.
It's okay.
But...
I know how the game works. The next one will be better.
I mean...
Did Barbara tell you get multiple attempts?
Oh, no, but... I mean... There's gonna be another one. Especially if I could cut short this quickly.
Before
You're just the prototype.
Before you said something about being sent out to make people's lives better. Do you know exactly what that meant?
Yes! I'm a hunting beast! A what? I'm a hunting beast! Like a questing beast, but better!
Does that ring any bells for any of us?
You can make a double insight check.
Before I make this roll, just like, I think my wife may have mentioned something.
I'll give you a +2.
I fucking love that.
I'll add the 2. Let's see what happens.
Wow.
Anyone else want to try? If not, I'll tell Arthur what he got.
Go ahead.
Okay, Arthur, you remember your wife mentioning, when talking about various chimeras, that the questing beast is a particularly famous chimera or that was made that was basically designed to be a creature that was impossible to catch. Incredibly wily, incredibly fast, incredibly good at camouflaging itself. The ultimate challenge for hunters and adventurers, anyone who wants to prove their merit as a person who can journey in the woods. Trying to catch a questing beast. And this creature is calling itself a hunting beast. Questing beasts are a chimera specifically with the head and tail of a snake, the body of a leopard, and the legs of a deer. Sometimes there's some greyhound mixed in there too.
Okay. I get what you mean. I've heard of questing beasts, and so you're a hunting beast where you've got the mouth of a shark, and you got the spines on your back, and you got the body of the leopard. I get that. Okay.
Yeah. See, the questing beast is boring because you chase it and you never catch it. And then it never ends. But a hunting beast, it chases you while you chase it. And one of you gets caught.
Okay. Well, I'm starting to see what Mr. Barbrant was thinking of. But
Well, you guys caught me, so the hunt's over. So he motions to its neck and then lies down.
and Art's just sitting down in the grass next to him, so it's fine. And he's just what if I told you you could do something that would actually help people? More than just this.
Well,
Yeah. So, the humans, right? How they're all big and marchy and loud.
they're not that big, but there's a lot of them.
Well, there's a lot of them, right?
Dad told me not to go by a lot of them because a lot of them can gang up, and that's not cool.
That is true. That's why we were a little worried with you going into the town, because there's a lot of people there, and one person can make a good decision, but a lot of people get panicky.
Mhm.
Like sheep.
Like sheep.
And do you remember that little girl that you were hunting previously?
Yeah, she was hunting me. She was really good until she stopped.
Yeah. Well, that's because her job was to protect the sheep. That was her job.
Oh. Like a sheeping beast.
Yeah, like a sheeping beast. Now, we haven't had the chance to tell the town yet, but there's a big group of people in red armor that's coming over to these parts, right?
Uh-huh.
And they're being real mean about it. They're just killing everybody. Not even hunting them, just slaughtering them in the streets. Real nasty peoples. Bad peoples. Now, what if I told you, and this is just an idea, we could talk, since you can talk, right? We've had wonderful conversations.
I can talk.
What if we brought you into town, we had a talk with the people of the town, and you were kind of like how that little girl was for the sheep to the people, and you help protect them. They'll feed you.
Okay.
They'll feed you, and if any bad people come to town trying to hurt people, well, you can hunt them as much as you want.
You'd be a guarding
Oh.
beast.
And
A guarding
how do I know which people are bad people? Do they have spots?
Art's going to pull out from his pocket, or from his bag, probably the old emblem he used to have. So when they wear bright red like this, then you can hunt them.
Okay.
And we're going to introduce you to some of the people that work at that really big green building back in town.
Okay.
And we're going to pitch that to them. And we're going to see if they're up for that. And if they are, you're going to listen to them. And if they go, hey, these people are being mean because they're hurting people, then you listen to them.
Okay.
Now, normally, this would be a really, really hard pitch.
Mhm.
Because you've been hunting the girl, and they've been getting kind of scared of that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's supposed to be scared. It's supposed to be fun.
Oh,
They
yeah.
didn't understand what that you were playing rather than just hungry.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're going to get that cleared up. And I've got a little trick up my sleeve for that. And if you become their guarding beast, then they'll be friends with you. And then you can play chase each other without the, he does like the slashing motion at the throat.
You can hunt without the slashy?
You can hunt without the slashes, but you have to ask first.
Oh.
I think humans call that the game of tag, and he's just gonna reach down and like pat the beast on the flank. Go.
And then it sees that, and it has that huge grin as it reaches out and it pats you with its paws, which are really soft. Like that?
Like
No
that.
claws?
No claws or teeth. You just do that and say tag.
Or quills.
Okay, no sharp bits. I could do that.
And
Yeah.
then the game can keep going and nobody will be frightened and it'll be lots of fun.
You can hunt until you're really tired and no one gets hurt, and you can do it again and again and again?
Yes, and I might have also an idea that might help for when you want to be a little more, the more extreme hunting, like what we did. Maybe Philippe here, he can come by and invite you to join him because he hunts professionally, right? Maybe
Philippe has been quiet this whole conversation, but he's been watching the hunting piece very carefully. He's like, that is
If you
true. And to have
don't
a
mind
creature
a
that would
partner
be...
sometimes.
No, not at all. To have a creature that would be so skilled, you could be an incredible hunting partner.
Yeah. So when there's a mean beast that needs to be hunted, Talbot can come by and get you, or you can travel with him. And when it's not, you can stay here and play play tag to keep sharp.
That sounds great. And I thought I was going to get my throat cut.
Yeah, everybody wins.
Now, we have to get the townspeople to be cool with that. But I've got a really cool trick up my sleeve.
Yeah?
And Art drops glamour at this point. First time
You're
he's
all
done it.
bones.
I am all bones. And all bones people have some special meaning to folks here.
Philippe looks at you and goes,
See, looks up, I told you weren't, I'll show you.
and you did. I'm still not taking off my mask.
I'm not asking.
Yeah, I'm going to
Just
put
so we
mine
can-
back on before we get to town.
Worst fucking thought just just popped into my goddamn head.
Well,
Goddamn. No, it's fine, Talbot. You can keep the mask on. God fucking damn it.
Because we came to warn the town originally about what had happened in Montbrie with the actual fighting war again. Puts a bad taste in my mouth. So this would be a good sign of gesture, and also maybe they will be more comfortable with the fact that they have someone keeping them safe. If you're up for that, bud.
Yeah. And with that, you have successfully pacified the hunting beast. And together with it, you begin making your way out of the woods. And as you do, a thought occurs to the beast, and it stops and says, "You said some of the bad men wear armor?
Yeah, red armor.
I don't know if I'm real good at attacking things with armor, but maybe my brother could help."
Who's your brother?
Sure. Who's your brother?
And as he says that, almost as if on cue, you hear a horrifying, loud howl from the direction of the lake. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session of Currents of War.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.